What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. And today, I'm going to be bringing you a computer-related video because, as many as you know, this channel is not only for gaming, but I also like building PCs and I like PC technology. So today, I'm going to be explaining to you what DLSS is. With the RTX 50 series coming out the 30th of this month, I will be explaining DLSS in the most basic format for people to understand. What is DLSS, what it does, the pros and the cons of using it, and finally what we can expect from DLSS 4.0. I am simply doing this to help you understand better what you're buying into, as well as hopefully remove some of the stigma that people have with this technology. I understand that this technology is frowned upon by people who like keeping the performance with the original resolution than the magic of artificial intelligence, but unfortunately, this is the route that NVIDIA is taking to appeal to their investors, and secondary, your average Joe who buys gaming PCs and can't tell the difference in image quality. What is DLSS? DLSS stands for Deep Learning Super Sampling. DLSS, or Deep Learning Super Sampling, is a technology developed by NVIDIA that uses artificial intelligence and machine learning to upscale lower resolution images to higher resolutions in real time, improving performance without sacrificing visual quality. What this basically means is the artificial intelligence model of your GPU will read the resolution that you're playing in and learns a way to give you the best performance. Next, it will reduce the resolution depending on the DLSS preset you choose in the game, and finally, re-enhancing the image quality with anti-aliasing techniques to appear as though you are running at native resolution. Again, this is all done through artificial intelligence, and it comes with some pros and cons. Some of these pros are: you get up to 50% performance using the lowest DLSS setting, which I wouldn't recommend because the lowest DLSS setting is ultra performance, which renders the quality, I believe, of the image in 720p, and then it upscales to whatever resolution that you're using, making the image look a lot more fuzzy, sacrificing image quality. Another one is it can be a better alternative to TAA, which is that nasty temporal technique everyone hates. TAA, which stands for temporal anti-aliasing, removes the fuzzy image quality that we get in some games, and it is yet another technique that removes the jagged edges by smearing the image while covering some of the fidelity of the game. To me, in some games it looks good with a little sharpening, and in some games it just looks crappy. And another one is it uses lower system resources. Example, lowers the GPU usage, it uses less VRAM, and in some cases it uses less power consumption. The cons are as follows. 1, it can lead to undesirable input latency, something that I have seen mentioned a lot, but NVIDIA has a technique called reflex, which works to give you better input response, and at times lowers the frame time latency. The bad side of reflex is that not all DLSS games support reflex. So if you see the reflex option, enable it while using DLSS so that you can't really tell that you're playing at undesirable response, which, to be honest, it's like maybe 9 to 16 milliseconds depending on the game. Another one is it can have undesirable image quality. This goes to show you that AI is not completely perfect, but it has been improving with updated versions of DLSS. Also, there is a way to use the latest version of DLSS in games, which I will show you in another video. Games will sometimes show artifacts and imperfections not present in native resolution. I'm going to give you an example of what DLSS looks like in quality mode versus native mode with TAA. The game that I'm showcasing this is The Witcher 3 Next Gen, which includes DLSS, reflex, and frame generation. It's running at 1440p resolution, and this is without DLSS or frame gen. This is natively with TAA and sharpness on low. As you can see in the graph on the left top corner, the frame time ranges between 6 and 16 ms depending on the area that you're visiting. And this is the same game with DLSS on quality mode, using frame generation and reflex on. As you can see, the frame time stays almost the same, and the game is very responsive. I wish I could show you my controller, but my OBS won't let me record live game data without performance impact. We'll fix this for future videos. In terms of image quality, they look virtually the same, with the exception of some artifacts in the trees and around Geralt. Also notice that the frame time stays the same and responds the same as you would natively. People often confuse DLSS with frame generation. As of DLSS 3.0, RTX 40 users got a new technique for DLSS called frame generation. Frame generation further enhances the performance, giving you sometimes double the frame rate, but at the cost of a little more response time. Once again, this is also mitigated by reflex. Since it's generating frames by AI, this is only one step of it. Graphical artifacts are present more often, giving you sometimes undesirable ghosting, image errors, and effect errors. I also seen a lot of people in different platforms. I don't know if it's lack of knowledge, that they haven't done more research, that think that DLSS stays at the version that the GPU releases. This is not the case, as DLSS is constantly being updated and improving performance as well as image quality. As of today, the DLSS versions present in RTX cards are, for the 20 and 30 series cards, DLSS 3.5 without frame generation but better scaling profiles, and for the 40 users, 3.8.10 with frame generation and better scaling profiles. The capabilities of DLSS have been improving more and more, and as we're getting closer to DLSS 4.0, they are getting to the point where you can almost not tell if you're using this technique or running natively. DLSS 4 introduces multi-frame generation, which is yet another technique that further enhances the performance, but this time 3 times and 4 times performance. This version of DLSS will come with an enhanced version of super resolution, as well as Reflex 2 that mitigates that frame time latency. I don't know how smooth it plays, but based on a lot of other content creators that were present in this year's CES, say that the performance is definitely there, but not sharing their personal thoughts on the frame time latency part, which even makes me skeptical. Remember to always wait for official benchmarks, because marketing can make it sound extraordinary, but the reality can be something totally different. And that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, make a comment, subscribe to let me know if you like and are using current gen DLSS. Anyways, that's it for today. Peace out.